Hey, good afternoon to you. Mark South HurricaneTrack here. It is Thursday, the 3rd of October, 2024. Got a lot to discuss with you today. We'll try to do it in a short amount of time. Yes, we've got Kirk and Leslie out there for now, but it seems that the 12Z Euro, as they say, has entered the chat and is wanting to make things pretty interesting for this area of the Gulf of Mexico over the next several days. Maybe owed to what we've got going on with our depression down here, number 11, in the East Pack. So let's get started. A lot to cover here, and I want to get it done in a fairly short amount of time, get it kind of concise for you. So we'll start at the satellite animation. We'll start there. There's Kirk on its way to becoming a Category 4. It does appear. Beautiful eye in there. Central dense overcast around that calm eye, the eye wall. And then there's Leslie on its way to becoming a hurricane as well, and even more energy over Africa. But then we really got to watch this. Right now you got an elongated area of clouds, showers, and thunderstorms, and what we call vorticity, the spin of the atmosphere, but it's stretched out. And I'll show you that on the vorticity signature in just a minute. And then our depression is sitting down here, TD11E, and that could make things interesting as we move forward. First, though, close-up of Kirk, and then, by default, Leslie down here. Not to be outdone in the right-hand corner. But look at Kirk there, beautiful hurricane, and you can say that when they're out in the open Atlantic like this. As long as marine traffic avoids them, we can marvel at their incredible meteorological beauty. And look at that tail that it has. That's really, really amazing to see. Beautiful outflow established. Meteorologically speaking, again, this is not the perfect hurricane because, it's not reached its maximum potential intensity or anything, but nevertheless, quite the specimen out over the open Atlantic. Both of these systems, Kirk and Leslie, expected to stay well east of all the land masses over here, but the swells that they will generate will move out westward and eventually affecting the entire western parts of the Atlantic basin. So please be aware of that in the coming days, whether you're in the Caribbean or along the Bahamas, up through the east coast of the U.S. It's going to be a long several days of this. Once the swells arrive, and my best advice to you, use the Weather Service website, weather.gov for the United States, weather.gov, and look for any kind of a rip current statement or beach hazard statement, coastal flood statement, anything that might catch your eye. It'll be in red when you go to your zip code. So you go to weather.gov, put in your zip code. If you're going down to the beaches around here over the coming days, seriously, please be aware of that because the dangerous swells, if you don't know how to handle them, they can injure you, and then the resultant rip currents can kill you. And we need you alive, right? Absolutely. And then the depression over here in the southeastern Pacific, kind of interesting. Maybe some of that energy makes it across this thin strip of land down here, and maybe it emerges in the Bay of Campeche, and maybe that's what the Euro is picking up on. We'll get to that in just a minute or two. Next, though, the ACE score continues to go up, and our climatological line here, we are getting ready to eclipse that again, and we'll stop paralleling it, and we're going to eventually go on this side of it. We will be ahead of climatology sooner rather than later because of all the activity we're seeing here with Kirk and Leslie. Right now, Kirk has generated 7 ACE points, Leslie 0.4. The more intense these are, the longer they last, the higher the ACE scores. That's how that works. All right, looking at the vorticity signature, that's what you look for if you don't want development. The energy, the vorticity stretched out, in this case over hundreds of miles. But then this, the TD11 down here in the East Pack, we're going to have to watch and see, does this cross over and survive into the Bay of Campeche, maybe trying to bundle the energy a little bit more, combining with what we've already gotten down there, and trek off in this direction, making things interesting. We'll have to see. I'll show you the Euro. I'll keep teasing it. It has certainly provided an interesting, wait, what? I thought you and the GFS were on the same page. We'll look at it in just a moment. But there is the vorticity signature of Kirk. There is Leslie, and these are little mid-latitude systems. But yeah, we got to watch this down here. That could be the next potential headache as we go forward. Now, the GFS says no. We'll use blue here to make everything pop better. There's TD11. There's that elongated vorticity in the model, the analysis that I just showed you from the vorticity analysis there from Cooperative Institute for Meteorological Satellite Studies up at University of Wisconsin. captured it really, really well. And just to go back and prove that point, that's the model, that's the reality. You know, this is literally a satellite analysis product. This is the computer model. This is the GFS at that same level, 850 millibars. As we scroll this out in time, just through day 3, notice the energy does stay spread out over a large area here, and you have a huge wind field, very light winds at that. Nothing really concentrating, so that's interesting to see, because let's go ahead and bring in the Euro and see what it shows out to day 3. This is the initial, day 1, day 2, day 3. It does start to try to bundle that energy a little bit more. It's similar to the GFS with these 2 lobes. There's one there, one here, and that's the Euro. This is the GFS. But here is where things differ. I'm going to leave those numbers up. Watch what happens by day 4. Now it starts to concentrate more down here, 96 hours out. Day 5, even more so. And then day 6 and day 7. Yeah, it's a week out, but boy, the Euro definitely trying to concentrate that energy, and that could be a problem. We'll have to see if the ensembles are showing that, or if this is just an operational one-off, so to speak. And, yeah, I mean, I thought everything was in agreement, but this goes to show that you can't just go to sleep on this stuff. And just to get an idea of what it does, yeah, it comes in, kind of kisses the Florida coast. We got to watch this, because the Euro is a certainly a potent global model, but the GFS doesn't show the same kind of thing. It's close, but no cigar there. The energy stays stretched out over quite a long area. If we look at the upper level dynamics, I think we can understand why. We're on the wrong side of the anticyclone over here, the area of light winds. That's right there. And you have your strong, almost like a subtropical jet to the north, stronger upper level winds. It just doesn't seem to really aid in this thing developing. But with the Euro showing what it's showing at day 4 and day 5 especially, let's just look at day 5, 6. You know, we got to watch. I wasn't expecting this, I'll be honest with you. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on it for now. We do have Kirk and Leslie, but the Euro, again, entering the chat there with its opinion, if you will, that things could be more interesting than we thought. We got to watch, and so we will do just that. So, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., we'll do another YouTube Live, and we'll have the old morning discussion. I figure that's relevant when we have stuff to talk about that's pressing or interesting. There'll be many days where there's not. And by the way, this morning discussion thing, that's going to continue right through the winter and even through next spring and into next hurricane season. YouTube Live with yours truly here. Not every day of the week. You know, sometimes I just don't feel like doing it. Or there might not be much to talk about. Or I catch a cold or whatever. But yeah, we'll do it tomorrow for sure. And we'll see what the overnight run of the Euro shows. If it abandons ship and says, oh, sorry, I was wrong. I didn't mean to show that. Or if it doubles down and if the GFS starts to get on board. Very interesting, though. I was not expecting that, as you can tell. All right, let's do this. Sign off. Get this online for you. Thank you for watching, as always. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, you're watching, haven't subscribed yet, it's very painless. You hit the subscribe button. More importantly, though, I think, is make those notifications active so that when I do go live or when I publish something new, you are aware of it. But seriously, thanks for tuning in. From all of us at the HurricaneTrack community, we appreciate it. Good to have you with us. I'm Mark Sudduth. See you again tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. Eastern Time, live right here on YouTube.